Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe El Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe El Shai, Brakathe Yahweh, Brakathe El Shai, Koholoyim La Allahayinawa Wahawad La Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Isaiah chapter 62, starting at verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls. The Lord has set up men, prophets, that are going to watch the dangers, the evils, the signs that are coming. And they're going to let you know what exactly is going on. O Jerusalem, aka the Israelites, which shall never hold their peace day nor night, meaning that they're going to keep on ringing the alarm, warning the hopeful elects, warning the sheep that danger is coming. It says, ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. And we ain't going to keep silent, Lord willing. All right? We ain't going to keep silent at all. We're going to keep on warning. So, there's a trending article going on right now. And, there's a lot of headlines that say pro-Palestinian crashes car into Jewish school that was actually owned by anti-Semites. Indiana woman attacks black Hebrew Israelite building, believing it to be Jewish. Terrorists plow car into what she thought was a Jewish school. And this is trending all over the internet. And we're seeing all of this happen. All right. And, yeah. This is all over. Female terrorist is arrested for plowing her car into a building she thought was a Jewish school while children, it says. Yeah, so this is everywhere. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read it from Daily Mail, because Daily Mail's out there. And it says, female terrorist is arrested for plowing her car into a building she thought was a Jewish school, while children were inside because she was offended by a Hebrew Israelite symbol. And you can see right there the car. And hey, this is all over the world, man. So it says Ruba Almaghtheh, a 34-year-old, crashed her vehicle into a building she believed was a Jewish school, and the police and told the police she planned to attack and did it on purpose. The building is used by the ISUPK. Brothers know who ISUPK are. Classified as an anti-Semitic group according to the ADL. And you can see right here, it says, a female terrorist was arrested for ramming her car into a building she thought was a Jewish school, telling the cops she planned the attack and did it on purpose because she was angry about Israel-Hamas war. And she crashed the vehicle into a black Hebrew Israelite building, you see, and they're going to keep on using that term, black Hebrew Israelite, that had children inside the North Keystone Ave, Indianapolis at 11:30 p.m. on Friday. And it says, a Star of David sign could have been seen hanging outside the school. And it says, but it is, in fact, used by the black Hebrew Israelites. The sect has branded extreme and anti-Semitic by the Anti-Defamation League. And you see, they're going to keep on trying to demonize us and try and call us racist and all this stuff. And what we're seeing right now is Bible prophecy right before our very face. And she could be a paid actor. And she could be a paid actor, man. But you see, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have people out there that are going to do things to where the whole world on earth is going to hate the Israelites. Everyone on earth is going to hate the Israelites, man. But this is all part of the gospel. But what did Hamashiach Yahushua say? That he that endureth unto the end shall be saved. Alright, let me get the scripture real quick. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, starting at verse 22. It says, And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. So we have to be very, very careful on how we move in this ministry, because we're seeing mass level of persecution in the sense of the media. Now the media is really, demonizing the Hebrew Israelites. Like I told you, that poet that made an article about London Israelites, saying that London Israelites are near undergrounds are causing problems. Then we heard about Hebrew Israelites in Chicago. You know what happened with the Palestine riot. Then we saw, what happened in Trafalgar Square. You know what was going on in Trafalgar Square. There was, brothers that I personally know, going off, causing drama there. Now we're seeing another drama happen where this woman crashes into ISUPK. And this is how we're measuring the time diligently. We're seeing what's going on. We're measuring the time that we're getting closer and closer to the time of persecution of the church, where they're gonna try and persecute the followers of Hamashiach Yahushua, which they are persecuting the followers of Hamashiach Yahushua via these articles, but there's gonna be a time where they're physically gonna roll up. Alright, so carrying on reading, it says, she told the authorities that she passed the building several times prior to Friday's attack and referred to it as Israel's school, and then admitted to the heinous act, telling police, yes, I did it on purpose. Alright? And you can see right here, it says ISUPK. And now everyone is starting to know who the Hebrew... This thing is now mainstream now. According to the Anti-Defamation League, the ISUPK is classified as an anti-Semitic group. And it's funny because we are the real Shemites, but they're going to say that we're anti ourselves. But hey, that shows you what's going on. Alright? And I'm just going to skip. I ain't going to read all of this. Alright? I ain't going to read all of this. And it's funny because they're saying that Hebrew Israelites are in the Southern Poverty Law Center, has also designated black Hebrew Israelites as a hate group. And this is really who they're trying to make war against. But hey, brothers, it's a beautiful time because this is Bible prophecy right before our very face. Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. Who is that woman? Who is that woman? Let's get Jeremiah chapter 6, starting at verse 2. It says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. The daughter of Zion is the Israelites. So this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. It says, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman," the Israelites, "and went to make war with the remnant of her seed." Those are you brothers that are out there in the highways, and you brothers that just believe on Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. They're going to make war against you brothers, man. The dragon. Which keep the commandments of Yahweh. Not all Israel does that. And have the testimony of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And what's the testimony? Revelation 19 and 10. "And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not." So the angel told John, don't worship me. "I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren." Basically, I'm your brother, don't worship me. "That have the testimony of Yahweh Shai." Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So when you go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 17, when it says, "and at the testimony of Yahweh Shai," that means brothers that were prophesying, man. That's who the dragon is making war against. So when we're seeing all these articles of them saying Hebrew Israelites are hate group, this is a form of the dragon making war. And we told you that it's going to get worse. You know, and a fool will not observe time. You have to observe the times that you're living in. All right, a fool will not observe time. Let's get it. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 18, verse 27. It says, "A wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning he will beware of offense. But a fool will not observe time." You see, a fool will not observe time. A fool won't be a person to calculate the time that we're living in. Second Esdras, chapter 16, starting at verse 70, and it reads, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So we're seeing the insurrection. Insurrection means an uprising against the government. And we're seeing that insurrection right now. We're seeing that insurrection happen literally right now, all over the news. All over the news. And I believe this could be an inside job, because ISUPK was the camp that was telling people to take the vaccine, the jumbo juice. And how coincidental do we have this woman crashing into ISUPK's building whilst all these things are going on? Protesting, Hebrew Israelites going with against Palestinians in Chicago, in London, and then, we're seeing this girl, this poet write an article about the Hebrew Israelite. Now we're seeing this woman crash into all this is going on. So things are really getting intense. It says black Hebrew Israelites, while adults and children were inside, she slammed the vehicle mistakenly, thinking it was a pro-Jewish organization, police said. Now, I don't want to go into it. I really want to go into the part where it says, ISUPK is in fact an extremist organization that is anti-Israel, you see? That's the agenda. That's who really they're focused on, man. That's really the goal. The whole goal. They don't even care about the woman crashing into the place. Their main goal is to try to demonize Hebrew Israelite, to try and demonize this word. That's their goal. That is their goal. And you got the FBI that is under investigation in this. Okay. So there's so many articles, so many articles that are coming out. And yeah, all this came out yesterday, just a day ago. And it's funny because number 7. So, um, yeah, they're saying black Hebrew Israelites in the polis, several adults, children went da. I'm just going to the point where they're saying hate group. Because I bet you this article gonna say hate group too. Let me just see. Yeah, can't you see? Hold up. Oh, they actually got the video. Let me see if I can get the video itself. Bear with me 1 second. Let me play the video real quick. I don't know what this video gonna play.
Boat walls, basement cracks, sagging sidewalks. Don't let water ruin your home. You need the foundation experts
You know how these
at
articles are.
Our professionals.
Sorry, this bullshit. Let me just wait for this thing to go real quick. Hold up.
.com. Well, tonight, a woman faces charges after police say she crashed her car into a north side building with a Hebrew Israelite symbol on the front door.
IMPD says the woman told officers she did it on purpose.
WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson spoke to the owners of the building located near 35th and Keystone Avenue who claimed they were attacked.
Surveillance video from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, or UPK, shows a car pulled into the parking lot Friday, stopped, and then moved forward. It stops recording as the owner says the woman reversed and crashed into the building. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police says the woman told officers she purposely did this because of a Hebrew Israelite symbol on the door and referenced her, quote, people back in Palestine.
So that's a common misconception that we are affiliated with them in any type of way, that our holy signet, that our holy shield, the shield of King David that represents Christ our King.
And these guys are going totally off. You know, these guys are going totally off, bugged out. He's wearing a hat talking. He's talking illiterate. He doesn't even know how to quote himself correctly. And it just shows you, you know, that there's an agenda behind this thing. A lot of these guys that are saying that they're Israelites, you know, they're disorderly, man. Oh my gosh, is this thing really gonna do this?
Breaks down the winter weather outlook, which may disappoint snow lovers.
Hang on a second. Let me just go back, because this is just Satan trying to mess around.
One word, snow, can create a storm of its own. Well, I'll say this. In my experience, weather forecast warmer than normal temperature. Working closely with local police to determine what's the appropriate level of prosecution.
Brad Swim is the regional security advisor for the Jewish Federation of Greater Indianapolis. He says these type of attacks are on the rise nationwide.
There's obviously a lot of concern even before this weekend. There was heightened, we've seen increased incidents of anti-Semitism across the country. It's catching a lot of people off guard. My organization, the Secure Community Network, has seen a 200% increase in anti-Semitic incidents in October of this year.
And you see how they say anti-Semitic, but the sons of Jacob, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, are Shemites. So how can they be anti themselves? But this guy is a liar. But he's going to have to give account.
Compared to the same month last year.
The Israelite School of UPK says it's been targeted 3 times since October.
Since the war started in the Middle East, since October 7th,
and one of them has been defacing our signs and insignias. And now it is becoming more rampant. That's why we wanted to reach out to the Palestinian community and let them know to not point any hostilities to this direction.
So for this particular person, that symbol was a bullseye. And that bullseye, although inaccurate, is a warning sign to all of us.
Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
The organization says it's working with IMPD, the FBI, and attorneys in hopes to increase the charges against the woman. Although SWIM says there has been a rise in crimes across the nation, the Jewish Federation of Indianapolis says the same can't be said for the city.
So you can see what exactly is going on. You know, they're calling her a terrorist. But the point is that even though they're calling this lady a terrorist, they're still saying that the Hebrew Israelites are extremists, and that's the goal. Forget about this woman. All right, let's go into the point. You see, it says, but instead of being a Jewish school, the building was being used by Israelite school ISUPK, which is an extreme anti-Semitic sect of black Hebrew Israelites. You see, that's the goal. And then they say Southern Poverty Law Group. You see, can you see that? This is their goal. This is their goal, to lie and to demonize. But the Most High, being true and just, all these lies that they have, they will give accounts. The Most High is a just power, and wickedness cannot overcome righteousness. Righteousness overcomes wickedness. They're saying that Hebrew Israelites should not be confused with black Jews or Jewish individuals of color. You see, remember that video that I talked about, that girl, the poets, right? SPLC no longer refers to these groups as solely black Hebrew Israelites. They are Latin and indigenous members of these groups, and they are non-radical sects of Hebrew Israelites who identify black Hebrew Israelites. It says they're just trying to call Hebrew Israelites a hate group, you know, when it's a biblical nationality. But you can see there's so many articles out here. There's so many. And these so-called Jewish people are the owners of these articles. But you can see. So anyways, just be cautious and careful because there's a lot of heat. But anyways, shalom, shalom.